Hello friends, your good buddy Stub from CorkMe.com. Welcome to day 20 of the 2023 CorkMe Adult Beverage Advent Calendar video series. Let's see what's behind the door today. Friends, you see today we have a wine. This is a very lovely wine. This is the Terra Divino Barolo from 2019. Now, what is Barolo? It's actually a region, and if you notice the bottle here, the foil is already off of it. That's because a little over an hour before I started filming, I went ahead and decanted this wine. Number one, because it's a big wine. Number two, it's very young. So you see in here, we've got a nice dark plum color in our decanter. Let's go ahead and pour us a little of this here. All right. So the color of the glass, a little bit lighter. I'm getting a little rust like throughout, not just around the edges there that you would see maybe on a more aged wine here. Now, Barolo, this is wine made from the Nebbiolo grape in the Piedmont area of Italy, in northern Italy there. You're typically gonna get some tar and rose petals on that. Now, I'll say just from pouring this, I get a little bit of these floral notes, a hint of rose. I'm also getting maybe like a hint of pencil lead, not quite all the way to like that tar nose that you might expect on that. Let's give this a taste here. All right, I'm getting some nice dark fruits in there, some nice like black cherry notes. Definitely getting some tannins. Tannins are those chalky things that we feel, especially on like the sides of our tongue when we taste wines, especially red wines. It feels not quite integrated to me. It may be because it's young. It may be because it hasn't been in the decanter that long. It also may be that this wine was made in what we're calling, or what I'm going to call, kind of more of a new style. So Nebbiolo or Barolo very specifically, typically is aged for, or is fermented for at least 3 weeks on the skins. That means they put the whole grapes in there in a large bin. They start breaking down as fermentation happens, and that's where you get your juice, and then that juice is pulled off of there and made into the wine. So consumer taste over the last several years, consumers want, kind of fresher, brighter wines. So some winemakers in the Barolo region have been only fermenting for 10 days, doing a 10-day fermentation instead of a 3-week fermentation. So you're gonna pull less of the natural tannins off of the grape skins, and you're gonna get more of them from the oak. Critics of this process say that a lot of times you get not the depth of flavor you're gonna get with the fruits, but also you're gonna get a lot of that kind of like green oak in there as well. I'm getting a hint of that in this wine here. This is just a 2019, so it was released, well, let's say within the last year or so, I'm gonna assume, because Barolo wines also have to age for a minimum of 3 years, 18 months of which have to be in oak barrels. Let me give this one more taste here. All right, once again, I think a little more time in the decanter, this wine will present itself in a little better light. It's not bad right now. Typically, we're gonna have these wines with meat dishes or heavy sauce dishes, heavy risottos even, with big flavors. You serve this with grilled vegetables or something like that, or fish, it's just gonna overpower the food, but it will stand up to, once again, heartier meats and sauce dishes as well, with which it's typically served. I personally love a Barolo with a nice grilled steak myself. So there's that. Friends, kind of speaking of hope a little bit, yesterday I was in my Chelsea jumper before heading to Stamford Bridge to watch the Pride of London, the Blues, defeat Newcastle in the Cup quarterfinal yesterday on penalty kicks. Very exciting atmosphere there at Stamford Bridge. And with that, I have a very selfish holiday haiku today. The Pride of London, Chelsea again advances. Hope springs eternal. Now, friends, we're really in the season of hope, and we're talking about football, international football, soccer, whatever you want to call it. I think back to the Ted Lasso series on Apple. There was a phrase, I believe it was May, the pub landlord, uttered at one point when Richmond was way down, and she said, "It's the hope that gets you." Well, I don't happen to believe that, friends. I think it's the hope that keeps us going in the best of times and the worst of times. So if you're having a hard time this season, there's hope for better. If you're having a great time, there's also hope for better and hope for the future. And I want to encourage all of us, whether we're in a great mood, a terrible mood, or somewhere in between during this season, to maintain hope that not only will things be better or can be better, whether it's ways big or small, but also as we dream them to be. Now, that's also within reason, because Chelsea's never going to put me on the pitch as a striker, although some matches I might be able to do as well as some they're putting on the pitch. I say that in jest, and I'm never going to play quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, so within reason. But, I know my work's going to get a little better. I know my life's going to get a little better. I know I'm going to have more connections with friends in the coming year. So even if you're feeling a little bit apathetic, as I was yesterday, and I still am today, to be perfectly honest with you, but I'm kind of looking ahead and holding on to hope that even small things are going to get a little bit better and make us all happier. So keep that in mind as you finish up the season here. A quick smile, a quick friendly hello can make someone's day. All right, friends, as always, thanks for watching and sharing and commenting and all of the things. Hope you're having a great week so far. Until tomorrow, remember to be nice, be safe, and be happy. Cheers, man.